sisterhood relationships look like. So I thought it was a really good idea to do that, because we do know that women can be catty with each other. That's just real. We know that. But there are a lot of positives in sisterhood, and we need to make sure that we express that and show that to you too.
Actually, I have a very, very strong friendship with a friend of mine. Her name is Anna. And we've actually been friends. We were counting the other day, almost 20 years.
All right, 20 years.
And she has been with me. She was with me through the storm. And she was actually the first one of our friend out of us to make it out of the tunnels, out of the dark tunnels of addiction. And she reached out for me and she waited for me. And when I made the decision to take that step, she was there to pick me up. And we are very good friends. She's on my page sometimes making little quirk comments, but that's because she can. She's been my best friend for 20 years.
Okay, what about you, Laura?
You know, I have friendships that are a little bit different.
Okay.
I build really strong, solid relationships, but they don't necessarily have to have constant contact. Right?
Okay.
So I have a friend, her name is Yolanda, and we've been friends for about 20 years as well.
Okay.
We've worked in the healthcare industry for a number of years, and so we really made a solid connection, and that friendship is really strong and solid. And then a new friendship that is about 4 years old.
Okay.
More faith-based friendship that really brings a different dynamic to the friendship and the sisterhood.
Okay.
But that one is a little bit more stronger, a little bit more intense, because we're both going on a journey together, and so that brings a different type of bond.
Okay, so 20 and 40 in a different realm. Okay, what about you, Michelle?
Yeah, I have a couple of strong relationships. One specifically that goes the furthest is one of my BFFs, and on Facebook we're always BFFing, but my girl Wendy Martin. I was born in LA, and we linked up at 5.
Okay.
So my birthday's coming up next month, and we both will be 39.
Okay.
So our friendship has turned over 34 years.
Okay.
You know, we've been through it all, from elementary school to junior high to high school to kids to marriages.
Right.
You know, and like you said, with the lapse in communication, because I relocated to Arizona and she still lives in LA. But our chemistry and our friendship stands the test of time. We can go weeks, days, months, years. We never went years, but we could without any communication. As soon as we connect, whether it's Facebook, phone, face-to-face, it's like we're 12 years old.
It never stops.
All over again, like no time has left. And I have some other really good girlfriends that are actually in Arizona that I've been friends with since I got out of high school. So that stems, my daughter would be 20 this year. She's 20 years old. You know, real good sisterhood, a friendship that have always been there for me personally, seeing me mature, seeing me grow into a social entrepreneur, and just loving that sisterhood. So obviously, Audrey, kudos to you, and bringing this platform together, because I think definitely, especially for Arizona, that is so critical to be able to get to understand what the problems are, so that we can be solution oriented, to bring that camaraderie, to bring that sisterhood, to bring that community.
For me, sisterhood it's a relationship to me, and a lot of times it is because you choose that sisterhood. You know your sisters, your families, your uncles, your aunts. That's blood. You can't. But if you actually choose somebody to be your sister, your friend, that sisterhood, that means a lot.
Yes.
So it's deep to me. So if I chose you, I went out on a limb, and I know I wear my heart on my sleeve. So if I'm in, I'm in with you. I got you from here to there, you know, from A to Z.
What I'm doing now, I have a whole network I should be able to tap into.
Right. Somebody, I got that.
And the same thing with Real Woman, and the same thing with your book. You know, your book could be study materials for one of our classes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and I've approached you with some of the tapings that you're doing. Let's talk about how we can use that to, you know, to reinforce the message we're delivering and empower the women to be better.
Right.
So it's an investment that you make in your sisterhood continuously, and in return they invest in you.
And I noticed that a lot of times I'll walk into places, you know, with some of my sisterhooders, or, you know, sisters, just say sisters, you know, maybe potential sisterhooders. But I walk into somewhere and I have a great like outlook about anywhere I'm going. Like, you know, I'm coming in and I feel as though they're intimidated. I think a lot of times that, and I have felt intimidated myself when I have talked to certain women. I have felt intimidated, you know, and that's good though. That's the difference. For me, it's good.
How you use
I want to be intimidated.
How you use that.
I want to be intimidated by one of my sisters. Even when you yourself walked in, when I heard what you said, I was intimidated by that in a good way. Mm-hmm. Wow, look at what she's doing with these women. This is what I want to do. You know what I mean? So I was intimidated in a good way.
Right.
Okay. So a lot of times though, I find that I get, instead of the intimidation in a good way, it's like,
I just felt like honesty is the best policy. I always felt like when you know better, you do better. And I just like, I don't like being around yes people. Like, I feel like I can take it. If you can dish it out, you should be able to take it. And you want to be around people that hold you up. You know, I like people that are front, back, and side to side. Because I know I ain't perfect. I don't know everything. I don't make mistakes. But like, call me out on that. Because sometimes I can't see everything. I can't hear everything. And I can't feel everything. So have my back. I'm out here slipping, tripping. Let me know, Michelle. Not that girl. Okay, I can take it. Not everybody can take it.
And not everybody can. I can take it, right. Not everybody
That's
can
how
take
I am. Hit me over the head with a crap out lady and thank you to You know, but hit me over the head.
Yeah, one thing I've actually grown really fond of, this term I use a lot, called accountability partner.
Yes.
When I'm involved in building a relationship with someone, I make it very clear that that's the type of person I am. So if you say to me, my goal is X, and you out there doing your thing, and you're not fulfilling your goal, and you're doing things that are counterproductive to your goal, I will share that with you. Because you said to me, I trust you to be my accountability partner. I said, okay, I can do that. I can do that. And then I try to solicit that same from people that are around me or close to me that can do that. Because not everybody, you're right, not everyone can do that. Not everyone can do it. And you also have to come from and I don't want to sound, you know, mushy, but you have to come from a kind of gentler place in your heart to be able to do that. You and I had a situation similar to that, right? And so I said, you know, this would be really, really helpful, right, if we did this.
But we can't go around criticizing these young girls, you know. You can't be out here sleeping, you can't be out here doing this and doing that if you haven't given them something else to do. We have to give our young people something else to do. Otherwise, we're not doing nothing but putting ourselves on a haughty horse. Well, you know, I grew up in a different time, and I don't dress like that, and I don't act like that. But what am I doing? You know, I'm criticizing them. I have to show them who I am. I have to help them to find who they are. You see, they're not going to find who they are doing the same thing they're doing. So we have to give them a direction to go in. And if somebody knows, if somebody tells me, you know, hey, drive to Michigan, and somebody says it's that way, and you start looking over there and you start saying, oh, you know what, I do want to go skiing, and you take a step. You know what, it's kind of close to Canada, and you take a step. But if somebody just said, you know what you need to do is you need to just go stay up in Michigan where you can do better. You're like, I don't want to stay there.
And what's there for me?
And what's there for me? So you have to show people something better.